And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Just doing a live reaction after Rangers were eliminated out of Europe after they lost to Benfica 1-0 at Ibrox, of course 3-2 on aggregate. Now, again, this is straight after the game, but simply not good enough. Just not good enough for me, especially in that second half. I felt we started the game very, very well. We kind of showed what we were all about, a side that has used Ibrox as a fortress, and those Europa League nights, the atmosphere felt right, the conditions felt right, and Rangers had a lot of the ball. It was end to end, and it just felt Rangers were full out attack and were just going for it, completely going for it. But what we really did miss out on, whilst we did probably have majority of the ball in the first half, we still missed out on actual clear-cut chances. We didn't test the goalkeeper near enough, and we weren't good enough in that area, to be perfectly honest. But of course, going into the halftime break, I'm thinking, yeah, we've played actually okay. Yes, we need a few more clear-cut chances, but I think maybe that they could come throughout the game. However, going into the second half, again, look, the same issues persist. Cyril Dessers is a striker there, but doesn't really get any of the ball. And whilst many would maybe blame him or whatever, he just didn't get any service today, really. And in our terms of where we were trying to create, there was no creative outlet throughout that match. And we were towards the end of the game, as the game was wearing on, or as we were into the second half, we were just a bit sloppy with our possession, having the ball in and out of possession. We were constantly losing the ball. Ridvan Yilmaz lost the ball countless of times, and maybe it was down to the pitch being slippy. John Lundstrom lost the ball quite a lot. Fabio Silva wasn't making decisions far enough or quick enough, and everyone just kind of seemed disjointed as the second half wore on. They get their goal, and to be fair to them, we can talk about their goal. I know Ali McCoy was flabbergasted by our sort of defending, and we'll get to that a bit later on. But I felt as soon as that goal went in, I was thinking, you know what, 20 odd minutes left to go, plus stoppage time, we could really give them a go here and get a goal back and go to extra time. But we just didn't show anything. We showed nothing in that. When we went a goal down, we showed absolutely nothing. We had a lot of the ball, but again, just wasn't creating anything. Nowhere near enough chances for the strikers. Obviously, Dessers then came off, Todd Cantwell came on, Rabbi Matondo came on, and of course, Kemar Roof came on. But it got even worse. We just couldn't meet the passes together, and everything was just seemed very, very disjointed for Rangers. And it just didn't work out in that second half at all. And to be honest with you, going up against a side that is Benfica, look, people are going to make the claims and say that they're not that great at this moment in time. They aren't, but Rangers still have to show a level, especially at Ibrox, if they want to go on and beat Benfica. And I just don't think we turned up for the second half. I really don't. The first half, we were out there, we did the bit. But the second half for me, I just didn't think was near enough, good enough, or warranted enough for us to go through. And I'm just going to take a lot of the live streams, comments and stuff like that. And guys, this is just my opinions, by the way. Of course, it was almost like kamikaze football in terms of defensively, and ultimately that's where the goal against us came. Of course, the defending. But I have no problem with being all-out attack, but every single corner we had every single man in the box, which is cool. It's fine. But ultimately, you're obviously going to cause and leave yourself exposed for counter-attacks, and ultimately, that's what our goal led to. To be fair, I think we were fairly unlucky, maybe with the offside. I did think it was fairly tight. Obviously, it took a long time, and sometimes that can go in your favour, and it could have been a 0-0. To be honest, I think Benfica probably just had that little bit extra quality in terms of, it was very even for me in terms of the actual game. I felt like both sides, there's not much between both sides, but certainly they took their chances first and foremost, but also worked the goalkeeper and had more clear-cut chances, if you get what I mean. So I do feel we weren't good enough in the second half. I felt like we in the first half we were, but the second half, certainly, I just don't think we did enough to warrant going through or pushing it towards extra time. But a lot of people in the comments are saying we missed Sterling, the defence tactics were shite. It is what it is, still going to go on. Well done. We were unlucky, lay off the lads, says Matt Gunner. Look, it's okay. Look, everyone's going to have an opinion on what's what. To be honest, I'm not that pissed off, right? I'm not. Well, I am. I love Europe, but I'm not like it's not the end of the world for me right now in terms of, yes, the league title is the priority. We haven't won the league a lot, and we're still at the start of this sort of transition, if you like. And you know, the 2022 team of the Europa League, as I said, if you look where we were at the start of the season under Michael Beale, getting to the round of 16 probably did seem like a bit of an impossible dream, but to be in a title race, be in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup, we're in a good place. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to let the lads off for the second half. I just felt it was disjointed, but it is what it is. And we move on. And look, we're going to have to try and get 3 points against Dundee. The other worrying fact, well, it's not worrying. We've had 2 back-to-back defeats at Ibrox now, of course. One against Motherwell and then one against Benfica. That was the first time since 2020 where we lost to Hamilton Academical. And then we lost to Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League. So hoping, well, obviously we're not at home this weekend, but hoping we can put them wrongs right soon. But as stated, I think Rangers fans, the Rangers support will soon get over this one. And when we go and get back into league, get 3 points, I think if we get 3 points at the weekend, it will all be forgotten. International break, get some players back, and then we've got to run in domestically and we're going to go for it. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be saying different stuff. Yeah, I mean, like look, guys, comments is everybody saying whatever. Like, people are saying stuff in the comments. Some people, it's fine. Like, if you think I'm being negative, that's absolutely fine with you, mate. But it's my opinion. It's my opinion with regards to it. I don't think Rangers were good enough. I've watched Rangers far better this season at Ibrox. And as I said, Benfica, they're a great side. But we showed that we could go toe to toe with them. But our problem was it was just the lack of quality in the attack and a lack of attacking impetus. And now some people, I know, a lot of the Rangers fan base are like, who cares about Europe this year? Well, that's the wrong mentality to have. Rangers are a big club. We go for all European football and we go for domestic football. So I'm still going to be pissed off that we're not progressing in Europe. I don't play that thought process as a fan and be like, oh, we're out of Europe, let's focus on the league. Nah, it still hurts going out of Europe. I don't want to go out of Europe as a Rangers fan. I love the Thursday nights in the Europa League. I love to watch Rangers play in Europe, and I would love to have seen us progress, and we could have progressed, but it is what it is. But look, moving on that, I do agree, sure, if everyone wants to talk about focusing on the league, then great. We can focus on the league now. There you go. I don't think it makes too much of a difference of having another European games coming up. I think more games you play, the better, but you know, it is what it is. Guys, if you can, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. We're not going to Dublin anymore, unfortunately. But guys, we're still positives. I mean, it's probably tin pot mentality, really. But we have once again became first in Scotland for the furthest team in Europe. But certainly, look, it's the start of this Philippe Clement reign. And ultimately, as stated, if you told me when we come in on October, we got to the round of 16 of the Europa League, we were at the top of the table in March, coming into the crunch time, we were in the Scottish Cup semi-final, we had already won the League Cup, I'd be like, yeah, that's great for a first season. So yeah, if we can wrap up the title, then great. Everybody's going to soon quickly forget this result, including myself. Scottish Cup as well, if we can do a treble, that'd be absolutely amazing. And yeah, as stated, guys, it'll all be forgotten. I will forget it. I'll forget this one. But it doesn't take away. I still want Rangers to be good in Europe, and it still does annoy me that we did have a decent chance there in that second half. I just felt we had a chance to go through and win the game, but we didn't. And that is it ultimately. Des is absolutely stinking the place out. Hopefully he's gone in the summer. Look, he's pish. Des is his pish, you know, but we haven't got a striker. We were talking about that in January and we didn't make that investment. And ultimately, you could say it has cost us in games. I would say it's cost us the Motherwell game. In terms of the lack of quality or the lack of attacking quality. So it cost us the Motherwell game, cost us 3 points. And I wouldn't necessarily just say the strikers from that game, but ultimately the attacking quality has maybe cost us that game as well. So we do need some more competent strikers. We do need some more dangerous strikers going forward. But look, guys, to conclude, Rangers are out of Europe, but now full focus is on the game against Dundee this weekend. And as said, if we get 3 points there, everything will soon be forgotten. And yeah, we're going to go for that title, number 56. And as I said, this will just be looked as a minor blip. And hopefully we'll come back stronger in the Champions League next year. But guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.